trying to hug a cactus while you're walking on a tightrope. I'm not gonna cry. No. That relationship is non-existent. I never thought that things would be this way, but I'm basically just gonna, my exit from that marriage was kind of, because I've always had a house full of kids and now, and listen, I went on a lot of shitty dates. I would say my shroom trip, let me tell you. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a makeup tutorial today or if I wanted to do a Q&A. So I was like, do both. Got some juicy questions. I'm going to open up. I'm trying to work on my vulnerability again here on the internet. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a really long time. Show you guys my current go-to glam. I hope you guys enjoy it. 1, 2, 3, let's go. I went onto my stories, left a little question sticker. These questions are from Instagram. So a big part of my makeup is my skincare. It dramatically changes the way my makeup turns out. So I already did my skin prep because it is a process. I don't just put product on after product. I put one product on, let that sink in, wait 10 minutes, put my next product on, wait 10 minutes. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's so worth it. I go in with the Ordinary Glycolic Acid Exfoliating Toner. This is a daily AHA toner. It improves skin texture. I love this stuff. And this is a big bottle and it's effective and it's affordable. It's one of my favorite skincare products. So I'll put that on, go blow dry my hair, and then I will come back and do my vitamin C serum. I use the Timeless Skincare. This is 20% vitamin C, ferulic acid. It has the ferulic acid. This is an active vitamin C serum. They're not all effective. Again, I wait another 10 minutes. I'll find something to do. There's always something to do. After 10 minutes goes by, then I will moisturize. And I have been using the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. This has ceramides. It moisturizes. It helps protect the skin barrier. I love how much product you get. So I love that this is huge. That's what she said. Again, I let that sink in. I wait about 10 minutes and now here we are. I am ready to do my base. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I need to pull up the questions. I got a lot of great questions and I'm not going to be holding back. We'll start with the first one. Do you collect anything as a hobby aside from maybe makeup? I don't. Do I collect anything? Oh. I'm almost out. I absolutely love this foundation. And it's all gone. Okay, let's see if I can, what I can do with what I have. Do I collect, maybe, I don't know if I collect anything as a hobby. Candles, I'm forever buying candles, but that's not really like a hobby. I think that probably the only thing I collect would be like paint supplies. Like as a hobby. I guess just my paint stuff. Like I love collecting acrylic paint. Someone else asked, I'm curious where you have lived. Have you lived in different cities? I have always lived in Tucson, Arizona. I've traveled places, but I've never lived anywhere else. Traveling to other places though, I'm always like appreciative of where I live because places are so expensive and I'm comfortable here. It's affordable. Do you think you'll ever get married again or just enjoy your love and be this way forever? You know, I don't know, to be completely honest. It's not something that like for example, my parents have been together since I was like 2. Not my biological father, but he's my dad. My mom and dad aren't married. And then I have like my great-grandparents that were married for like 50 some years. They got married after 2 weeks of knowing each other, which is really cool. But different times, different generation. I'm not like, I need to get married. It's not something that I think about or want, but I'm also not against it either. Like if it were to happen, I do think about it in a sense of like, okay, do I want to get married because that's what you're supposed to do? That's what we're told we should do? I don't know. Also, side note, I'm kind of bummed out. My lip filler migrated again. So I just don't know if it's my lips, because I didn't do too much. I just think my lips don't or can't handle lip filler because I have a little ridge again. Next, what am I gonna do? Next question, how do you deal with anxiety, if you deal with any? Lately, it's been so hard on my mental. But yes, I do deal with anxiety, not as much as I used to, because I do have a little toolbox kit that I refer to, and it's a mix of like mental and physical strategies. Anytime anxiety comes up, and it's usually, you guys know I've talked about PMDD, my anxiety shows up when I'm in my luteal phase. When I am like ovulating and I'm not in my luteal phase, I'm good. It's that damn luteal phase that gets me every single month. Having, some awareness around that has been really helpful. I just ground myself. Getting grounded is so, so important. And it's really just doing the work to get out of your head and back into your body. Music is a big one for me. I love music. I start my day with music. I spend my day with music. And if I'm having some anxiety, I'll put on like a bad bitch playlist, or I'll put on like a good feeling playlist that I know is going to help. I'll light a candle, I'll put perfume on. Again, things that are gonna pull me into the present moment, or eating a piece of fruit. I know these things sound so mundane, but it has helped me so much, and it kind of just helps pull my brain out of that anxiety spiral. Also noticing where my breath is at. A lot of the time when I am anxious, I am breathing shallow. And that's what an anxious breath is. It's shallow. So I will inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6. And this helps calm your nervous system. And it works every single time. Also moving my body. Now that could be going for a walk, riding my stationary bike, dancing. Moving your body is so important. On the days when I don't do that, I notice a huge difference on the days where I move my body and the days when I don't. And movement really helps release that adrenaline and regulate our cortisol. I love that powder. I'm using all of my favorites. These are products that I use all of the time, like my holy grails. I love everything I'm using today, because I keep having the urge to be like, I love that, I love that. Just know that I love everything that I'm going to be using today. Know what triggers you and limit that. What triggers me may not trigger you. What triggers you may not trigger me. So identify what your triggers are. For me, sometimes it's caffeine. Speaking of caffeine, I made myself a little coffee. Sometimes it's processed foods and sugar and eating like absolute shit. Sometimes it's constantly scrolling on my phone. And awareness is your best friend, because your anxiety can be spiking without even realizing it. Know what your triggers are. Also, talking it out, whether that be with a friend. If you don't have someone to talk to, journal. Get your thoughts out. Get them out of you. Talking about it or writing it down reduces its power. Also, reframing your thoughts, because the challenge is our thinking, right? And I feel like instead of everything's gonna go wrong, ask yourself, okay, what is the worst case scenario? And whatever that is, I can handle it. I like to check myself. I like to reframe the thought. Everything's going wrong. No, everything is right on time. Trust the process. Next question, update on all the kids. I'll start with my oldest. I can't believe I have a 22-year-old. It's crazy. He's gonna be 23 in 2 months, in July. He's a Cancer, and he just graduated. We're actually about to have his ceremony this month. He got his associates in cybersecurity, and he just got accepted into U of A. So he wants to continue in his degree in cybersecurity. I can't even put into words how proud I am of him. He has a girlfriend and they've been together for a while now. She is the sweetest. I love his girlfriend. Mariah is 20 now. She's my Sagittarius. She moved out in November. Her and her boyfriend got an apartment, and her and her boyfriend have been together since she was 16. I'm just really proud of them because they're young. They're doing this all on their own. She's doing online school. But her goal is to create content. And I try to push her. I'm just like, you gotta show up. But Mariah's doing well. And then Noah, my 17-year-old, he's doing really well. He was struggling in school for a while, but now he's killing it. I am so proud of him. He will graduate next year. Bianca, she's gonna be 14 in a few days. Cannot believe Bianca is gonna be 14. And she's just, you know, a teenage girl. I let her get her nose pierced a few months ago, and I told her she was kind of struggling in school too, and I told her, if you bring your grades up and you keep them up, I'll let you get your nose pierced. And she freaking did it. And she's also doing really, really well in school right now, and I'm so proud of her because it was a little rocky there for a minute. I took her shopping for her birthday the other day, and things that she's picking out, she would have not picked that out, say, last year or even like 6 months ago. So her style is changing. When you're a teenager, you go through like these different phases, and so I think that's happening right now. It's really weird having just 2 kids in the house because I've always had a house full of kids, and now I just have 2. The energy is definitely a lot different because you don't have all of that like sibling rivalry. I also noticed that the kids, like Mariah has a better relationship with Noah and Bianca now that she's moved out. They all have like a better relationship. It's really cool because Noah goes over to Mariah's house. Noah's really close with Mariah's boyfriend. They like to game. Bianca has had sleepovers with Mariah, and it's really cool because they get to bond, you know, and it's in a whole new way because they're a little older and they just get along a lot better now. Yeah, the kids are all good. They're happy. They're healthy. I'm gonna do blush next, and I'm going in with classic NARS Deep Throat. I'm gonna leave everything linked down below because I know I'm not going over all the products. Next question: how is your relationship with your kid's dad? Do you guys still talk? No. That relationship is non-existent. I'm basically the mom and the dad, and you know, I'm okay with that. It's hard. It's so effing hard, but I would rather it be this way. It's better this way. He'll call them every now and then. I think Bianca saw him like twice last year. But it's nice because they're old enough now. They can make that decision, and they pretty much have. There is no co-parenting. I am the parent. I am the mother. I am the father. And that's just the way it is. I never thought that things would be this way. I'm like running this shit on my own. Financially, mentally, emotionally, like all the things. This is the Moira Dreamlight highlighter in Dreamlight. And if you're in Tucson, you can find Moira Cosmetics inside Fascinations, but only the one on Speedway. The one on Ina doesn't carry Moira, and I'm pretty sure that's the only place in Tucson that sells Moira, unless you like shop them online. But if you want to go like see their products in person, go to Fascinations on Speedway. This highlight, yup. Next question, current favorite perfumes. They're actually right behind me. Let me show you. YSL Libre. It's almost gone. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. #1 perfume ever. It's beautiful. I'm actually gonna put it on. Oh god. Smells so freaking good. This is also the YSL Libre, but it's a different, it's like a different formula. It smells so dreamy. And then another favorite is also from YSL. I love YSL's fragrances. I think they are the best. They last so long. Like, I'll put it on in the morning and I can still smell it at night. Anytime I wear one of my YSL perfumes and I go out into the world, I get so many compliments every single time. So that's like my main thing, is not only do they smell amazing, but they linger all day long. So another favorite is, I don't know how to say this, I'm probably gonna mess it up, Lavalier. But this is like a really pretty spring summer scent. It's very florally, it's very feminine, really, really beautiful fragrance. Okay, now I'm gonna do my brows. I finally found a drugstore brow combo that I absolutely love because I was using Benefit. I love Benefit's brow products. They're my favorite, but they are a little pricey. So I've been testing out drugstore brow pencils and brow gels, and I've gone through a lot, and finally I found the best brow gel from the drugstore and the best brow pencil from the drugstore. The L'Oreal Brow Lamination, the Brow Stylist Definer from L'Oreal. But I'm basically just gonna brush all the hairs up. Next question is, what do you do that makes your inner child happy? Probably art. Art and makeup. Doing my makeup, playing, expressing myself. Not to look a certain way, but just to play and have fun. That makes my inner child really happy. And also painting. I love to paint. It's such like therapy for me, and I feel like it feeds my inner child. I stopped painting there for a while because I was like, you know, you're not a painter, you're not even that good. Like, you know the shit that we talk to ourselves. And then I was like, you know what? Like, I really had to work through that. I'm like, girl, paint because you love it, not because you're trying to be fucking Picasso, you know? So I got back into painting again, and it really does help my mental health and just my spirit. So I'll let that dry down, and then I'll go in with my brow pencil. But I don't fill in my whole brow. I just go in where I feel like I need a little bit of like brow hairs, and I'll just create like little strokes. And I also like to extend my brow, but I'm not like filling in my brow. I have been loving my brows lately. Me and my brows have came a long way. Okay, my battery died, but we're back. Next question. Where were we at? This question was in here quite a bit, just worded differently. How did you get the courage to leave your marriage? What did you do to heal? Let me tell you. First, let me extend my brow really quick. Leaving a marriage, especially one that no longer feels like home, is one of the most bravest, most soul-stretching things a person can do. Looking back at it now, you know, because when you're going through it, it's very messy and there's not a lot of clarity. I have a lot of clarity now. I was able to acknowledge the truth, even though it hurt. Leaving a marriage is painful. I think courage begins with honesty. So once you can acknowledge the truth, with whatever that looks like for you, like name what you're feeling. Are you feeling disconnected? Are you feeling unloved? Are you feeling lonely? Are you feeling stuck? I think a lot of the time we're looking for like validation or like someone's permission. You don't need anyone's permission to outgrow a relationship, especially when it no longer aligns with your purpose and your peace. Like, you can miss someone and still know it's time to walk away. We fear the unknown, but sometimes the biggest danger is staying in a space that's slowly dimming your light. I think it's important to ask yourself, who am I becoming in this marriage? My exit from that marriage was kind of like built in layers, not all at once. Like, it just didn't happen, and like, this was something that I did see coming. But I think courage doesn't always roar. It builds, and courage is one of those things that it kind of starts out quietly. I had to gather resources. I had to gather support systems. Shout out to everyone that was there for me when I was going through it. I had support. I had a great support group. And when the time did come to exit, it was very intentional. You get to a point in life, or I did, where I wanted clarity over chaos. The healing piece of that question, you have to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself time, because it's going to take time. You are grieving. It's going to be a process. And for me, healing started when I realized that I'm not just leaving something or someone. I'm stepping into someone, a fuller version of myself, a freer version of myself. Okay, now you have to find this peace. And it's more about like, okay, what does peace look like? What does peace feel like? I remember asking myself this question. What version of you has been waiting for this chance? And also, healing is not linear, and you're gonna have days where you doubt everything, and that's normal. Healing is gonna feel messy because it's sacred, but you're gonna have moments when it's a little easier to breathe. You're gonna laugh louder. I'm not gonna cry. You're gonna sleep better. And in those moments, those are the moments that are gonna remind you to choose you. Okay, next question. How do you deal with judgment from family members? Honestly, I really don't deal with judgment that I know of. Like, if they're judging me, I don't know that they're judging me because they don't make me feel like I'm being judged, if that makes sense. You know, now that I work for Fascinations, I am like their social media manager. I'm the model. I model lingerie. Like, I'm sure that they have their moments, but I really can't answer how I deal with it because I don't have to deal with it. Well, I guess I do a little bit from my 17-year-old son. He has expressed, you know, a little judginess because he goes to school, he has friends, they have social media. So I'm a mother, but I'm more than just a mother. I am my own person. I trust myself. I trust the choices I make, and I can't worry too much about what other people think of me or like their ideas of me. I've spent too long doing that. I've spent my whole life doing that, and I'm in a part of my life right now where I'm gonna make my own choices and I'm gonna stand by them, and I'm gonna have integrity, and I'm gonna trust myself. And it's been a really beautiful place to be in because I've never been in this space. I've always been concerned on like what people are gonna think, what people are gonna say. And I'm like, no, just trust yourself. Do what feels right for you. But right now I'm making choices that I can trust and that I feel good about. This dark brown shadow for eyeliner. Dating in mid-30s. I'm so scared I'm going to be alone forever. I don't know. I'm very big on like doing things that scare you. If dating is scary, like do it. When I got divorced, I think it was like 3 months before I got on a dating app. Some might say that's too soon. For me, I knew like I wanted to dip my toe in the water. And I definitely had those fears of like, oh my God, like what if I'm alone forever? And I would even tell friends like, I'm just gonna be alone forever. I didn't believe that. I really had to fight. I had to fight for my life. I had to fight for myself and just put myself out there. It is scary. It is, but you can do scary things. Most of the time, the scary thing that you're afraid of doing can bring something really beautiful. You just got to put yourself out there. I was at the point where I was open. I didn't want to be jaded. I was like, I had a lot of resistance. Like, I did not want to be a jaded 30-year-old divorced single mom. Like, I did not want that for myself. So I was like, okay, I'm open to love. I'm open to experiencing new relationships. And listen, I went on a lot of shitty dates before I met CJ. I experienced a lot of just not great dates. Again, I was just dipping my toe in the water. And I could have given up. I could have been like, you know what, dudes suck. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I kept going. I'm like, no, I'm gonna try again. And I'm so happy I did because CJ is such an amazing man. Like, sometimes I'm like, you're too good to be true, because he's literally everything that I am looking for in a partner. He's optimistic. I learn things from him. I've never been treated like this, ever. Actually, in June, we'll be together for 3 years. And this has been like the healthiest relationship I've ever been in. I also believed that, like, my mantra was like, everything is always working out for me. I got that from Abraham Hicks. And I said that to myself every day. I journaled it. I put sticky notes up. I had it in my notes on my phone. Maybe it's a little delulu, I don't know, but like that was my mantra, is, and it still is, like, everything is working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. I feel like your mindset is so important. What are you telling yourself? Have fun. And I never had the intention of like, oh, I'm going on a date tonight. This is going to be the man that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. No, I was just like, I'm just putting myself out there. And if there's a connection, there's a vibe, I'll go with that flow. If there's not a connection or there's not a real vibe, I'll go with that flow. So just go with the flow. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to find the man of your dreams. Just have fun. And when you do that and you're in your feminine energy, things are going to unfold the way they should, right? So face your fears. You got this. Next question, how are your dogs? Bo is blind, like completely blind. It started off like he would just like run into things here and there, but now he's like completely blind. Aussie is healthy. She's great. I mean, Bo's great too. He's just blind. Like he is a happy, healthy dog. He just can't see, unfortunately. You see my cat a lot because I am in my room a lot and my cat is in my room a lot. If I leave my room, she'll follow me, but I spend a lot of time in my bedroom. My dogs don't really come in my bedroom. When my dogs come in my room, my cat will start pissing everywhere. So I really don't let them come in here because I guess she doesn't like it. I don't know if you guys know why cats do that. I'm sure it's like a territorial thing, but every time they come in my room, she'll start like peeing, especially in the doorway. And I just don't want to deal with that. But I do have my dogs, and maybe I'll show them more in my vlogs. I know I never show them, but I do have them and they're great besides Bo being blind. Take this under my lash line. Next question, where did I learn to cook? I just follow recipes. I'm not like a cook. I mean, I feel confident in cooking, but back in the day, I would just find a recipe, print it, make it. If I liked it, I would like keep it in a little binder. Nowadays, I find a lot of my recipes on Instagram and I'll just save them. Next question, how do you deal with teenagers? You need to sit down, this may take a while. I'm gonna do my mascara. Listen, dealing with teenagers is like trying to hug a cactus while you're walking on a tightrope. So love and balance are key, and also knowing when to back off. I would say don't take anything personal, even when it feels personal. There's lots of eye rolling, door slams, one-word answers, but 90% of it isn't about you. It's their brains literally rewiring. Their identities are forming, their hormones are driving the drama. You have to stay grounded because if you don't, you're gonna match their chaos. I'm just doing a thin coat because I'm gonna put falsies on. It's a lot of being the calm in their storm. Teenagers need your stability more than your lectures. So for me, it's a lot of reacting less, listening more. You don't have to fix everything. Just be a soft place to land. I hear you goes a lot farther than you shouldn't feel that way. I'm gonna let my lashes dry down before I put my falsies on. Also, setting boundaries. Set boundaries, not battles. Structure is going to make them feel safe, even when they act like they hate it. This is something I have struggled with, but I've gotten a lot better. Again, being a mom and a dad is, it's a whole different ball game, but being consistent with rules and consequences and expectations. But I think my biggest piece of advice is to pick your battles. Not every eye roll deserves a war. Also, let them mess up safely, right? But you gotta let them mess up. They need room to make mistakes without shame. That's how they learn resilience and accountability. And it's so hard. It's so freaking hard. I get it. Finding that balance between guide, but don't control every move. If you want honesty, you gotta model honesty. If you want respect, show it. If you want them off their phone, put yours down too. I'm gonna use the Christina Wisp lashes. Parenting a teen is emotionally exhausting, and you cannot pour into them if you are running on empty. Trust me, I know. What's a moment that changed your perspective on life? I would say my shroom trip radically changed my perspective on life because you kind of leave reality and you see things so differently. So for me, in my experience, it was like that trip really quieted my inner narrator. I'm gonna try and explain this the best way I can. So we all have a narrator, right? It's that voice. If you were to be quiet, right, and say love, but say it not out loud, just say it in your head. You can hear it, right? You're not saying it, but you can hear it in your head. So the narrator, our narrator loves to go to the past. It loves to point out your flaws. It loves to talk about fear. It's just that constant chatter. Hold on, let me put this on. These lashes though, I'm gonna really quickly take some of my Laura Mercier translucent powder and just set again. It was like a dissolving of the ego temporarily. What the trip did for me is it quieted that narrator and it killed my ego. It made me realize how small yet sacred my problems are. It also helped me understand that my identity is not fixed. It's fluid. It was a lot like stepping outside of the prison of my own mind and realizing that the door was never locked. It rewired the way I think about time. It helped me let go of control. But that trip, well, I've done them a few times, but every time it's like a newfound appreciation for just being. And I will be having a bad day and I'll pull like those realizations that I had, that peace isn't out there. Peace isn't something that's outside of me, it's here. And when you stop resisting the present moment, you can really truly tap into your power. It really just shifted a lot for me. The very first time I ever did it, that didn't happen. I experienced it with someone that didn't have a really good time. So I was like being the nurturer. And then my other two experiences, I was able to like truly experience it and gain something from it. It's not something I do all the time. It's something that when I do it, it's like planned. It's very intentional. Like I set intentions. I don't do it for recreation. Okay, lippy time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use the Maybelline Lifter Liner in Big Lift. This is a newer purchase. Love this color. Love the formula. It is amazing. Probably one of my favorite lip liners. And then I'm going to take my favorite lippy right now. I have been wearing this every day. No matter what look I do, this is going on my lips. This is the La Nude Rebellious. So I need some moisture, unfortunately. I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Balm in Strawberry Milk. Oh yeah, feels so good. This is the finished look. This has been my go-to glam as of lately. I have a lot of questions left, but this is the finished look and I don't want this video to be too long, so maybe I'll do a part 2. I've been trying to stay away from like the quick 5-10 minute looks. Because when I sit down and I do my makeup, that's like my me time. And I don't want to rush it. I want to allow myself to play, try new techniques, giving myself that time where I can actually take my time to do my makeup instead of like, oh, I have 10 minutes, I need to hurry up. Make it a non-negotiable where like, no, this is my time. I'm going to take my time with my makeup. I'm going to play. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup and this Q&A. If you did, give me a thumbs up. It shows me you care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Let them say what they want, but the things we're up to. In my DMs with a slide on through, girl, I'd love to. I'd love to, baby. Sparks fly when your hands on me and I touch you. When I feel you, girl. So I might give it up and I might just love you. I might.